This is all it takes to power what I'm building today. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today are several different castings that may serve as a base for a Meyers Manx dune buggy build. It's my latest 3D printed project, which is something I really enjoy doing. I started out by considering a variety of VW Beetle castings, hoping to put the 3D printed body on top of the Beetle chassis, as in real life, but they weren't a perfect match. Most of these die-cast makers do a more realistic job on the body shelves than they do on the chassis. So, instead of dropping a 3D print on top of a die-cast chassis, the whole project will be 3D printed today, which is probably easier for me in the long run. 3D files can be scaled to be any size at all, but I'm going to try to make this as close to 1:64 as possible. That was the body. This is the chassis. Printed in this fashion, it's going to have static wheels, not rollers. There's a removable convertible roof. And this is the basic engine. I end up doing some modifications to this later on, with some accurate exhaust parts. This is my Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra 3D resin printer. It's an excellent machine that gives outstanding detail. This was about a 1-hour print job. I remove everything from the build plate, carefully separate all the parts from the supports, give them a good rinsing. I use water-soluble resin, and they go to this UV curing station for about 6 minutes. And voila! This is what they look like once cured. I use gray colored resin. There are all kinds of different colors. Pretty solid. Look at the raised instrument panel on the dashboard. Suspension, stick shift. You can see the stitching in the seats. I'll sand down some of the rough spots where the support contacts show. And there's my first draft of the basic engine. Right, it's a very good start. I use the exact same primer process that I would do on a die-cast model. The chassis and the body go in first, followed by the convertible roof. Just a hardware store spray can. And I also sprayed the engine, but in chrome. There are some exciting projects coming up at Maple Leaf Customs. Please make special note of this date. National Redline Day is on May 18th. I've got a 64 Impala in the pipe, and at the end of the month, a second 4-horseman build on a military theme. For the 5th year in a row, I'm hosting a special Canada Day Custom Diecast Invitational. Lots of projects for you to watch here or get involved in by participating yourself. I have a special purple metallic paint that I want to use, but it's in a spray can. This is how I decant what I want for my airbrush. Now, this can make a real mess. Experience tells me to cover everything with newspapers and paper towels. You see, I wear gloves. The shirt and pants matching the paint color would be a good idea too. If all goes well, that's about all you need to fill your airbrush. Now I can control the pressure and the amount of paint that I lay down for the perfect paint job on the little dune buggy. I was very happy with the purple metallic, and this is not a respray. I ended up printing a couple of more bodies. I decided to do this one in a vibrant orange to catch some of those good vibrations for the upcoming summertime. That looks good too. I laid down some Vallejo Premium White on top of the white primer that I did the chassis in. There's a subtle difference. It's a little more vibrant and clear. Of course, the tires and suspension will get all done up too. And here's what I've got up to this point. Nice metallic fleck in that one. Totally different look here. It's a high gloss orange. I like that a lot. And the chassis in white, as you saw. Alright, ready to move on with the project. Today's community shoutout goes to the YouTube channel Von Sale from South Africa. More than just die-casts, all kinds of reviews of interesting, unique pieces. Check it out by following the link in the description. According to my wiki research, the Meyers Manx Dune Buggy is a small two-passenger recreational kit car designed and marketed by California engineer, artist, boat builder, and surfer Bruce Meyers, and manufactured by his Fountain Valley, California company from 1964 to 1971. The roofless, windowless, fenderless, high-hipped and high-tailed fiberglass body was designed to work with the mechanics and chassis of a VW Beetle, exposing the engine and taking advantage of the Beetle's lightweight, rear-engine traction, removable bodywork, and suitability to off- and on-road driving. The Manx immediately began dominating dune racing and breaking records, and was eventually also released in on-road models. Approximately 6,000 of the kits were manufactured, but when the design became popular, many copycat kits, estimated at 250,000 worldwide, were made by other companies. The Manx nameplate and logo are derived from the Manx cat, sharing the feline's high-tailed, stubby profile. In 2024, Meyers' original Manx prototype was inducted into the National Historic Vehicle Register for its association with American historic events and figures and its design and construction importance. Meyers himself died on February 19th in 2021 at the ripe old age of 94. I wanted at least one of my buggies to be a roller, so I cut off the wheels as the first step in that conversion. Remember, this is the original engine that I printed. I painted on the fan belt, but this is the actual authentic model, so I went back and added that exhaust and printed a couple of versions of this. I'll use both of them in the final run. I make my own black washes and panel liners, so much cheaper than buying the brand names, and quite frankly, just as good. I might do a video on that recipe soon. This highlights some of the details in both of the engine variants. I added exhaust extension tips to the original one. Looks like this now. They're easily affixed with a little bit of super glue. 5 seconds of pressure. This way the bodies will be able to be slipped on and off over top of the chassis without being permanently fastened themselves. It's important to be able to mix and match because ultimately I ended up with 4 different bodies in these vibrant colors. Here's everything when I'm all done, and remember, nothing is going to be permanently screwed or glued together. My intent is that I can drop down any one of these bodies on top of any of the chassis to mix the different colors and trim with the different engines and wheels that I've made. No two will be the same. All of them have received windshields, just a little piece of clear plastic. Was easy to do. These are the stock 3D printed wheels that are static. This is the roller. Ended up with some Hot Wheels Hummer tires and the head of a push pin on top to look kind of like a Volkswagen Moon hub. That one is sporting the new and modified engine version. I've got one convertible roof for each one of the 4 bodies. And let's see how they look. My favorite is the purple metallic one. It sets right down on top of the chassis. The roofs aren't permanent either. They can easily be popped off by the driver on a nice sunny day at the beach. This is the roller. I'll try it out with the metallic green. There's the yellow with a white top on it. That looks pretty cool. Taillights were done. Turn indicators are done. Chrome on the window frames, side windows, and roll bars. Here's my roller. That's an authentic looking engine and exhaust combo now. Top on. Pretty sharp. Top off. Let's see how it'll go when it hits the dunes. Yeah. There's all 4 of them in a row. 3 chassis. 2 identical, one with the roller wheels. All the different colors. The spring flowers catching the summer vibes. Here they are pulling off the highway onto the beach, ready to explore and have fun. Having fun is what I did in this project. Thank you for coming by for another visit today. You're welcome back soon and often. It's coffee time.